welcome back to the channel. Today I am with a good friend of mine, Jethro. Jethro, thanks for bringing out your E46. Jethro, if you can just give me a little bit of detail about the car, modifications done, how long you've had it, etc.
Hello guys, so we're currently driving in a 2003 BMW E46 M3. I've owned the car for plus minus 6 years, 6 good years might I add. I love this car, I must say.
And what is the upgrade you did on it? I know you did a few things.
So I've done software, decatted and added a intake on the vehicle, K&N Typhoon intake.
And you still got the original exhaust, eh?
I still have the original exhaust.
And the E46, you know, there's that signature zing, eh?
Yes.
By the pipe. I love that sound. You know
tin
what?
Sound.
That tin sound, yes. You know, my father actually, he bought, I was a lot younger, he bought a 318 like this. Brand new out the box.
Yeah.
And obviously now when you're smaller, everything is kind of fast for you, now because you don't know real power. And then the car was okay, you know, 318, nothing special. But I always wondered how, if this car feels so fast for me, how is the M3? And then I drove in the M3 a few years back, and I was amazed how that car actually pulled. So this is actually one of my favorite.
That's the top dog.
That's the top dog. One of my favorite M3s. I am a naturally aspirated man generally.
Same here, eh? We need to have that freedom of revving.
Yes, we want to rev it.
That is basically what inspired me with this motor specifically.
Yes.
The S54 B32.
The revving capabilities.
Straight 6.
Yeah. All motor.
All motor.
Yeah.
Revving 8,000 RPMs all day, every day.
Yes. And this car, you know, it's very engaging. You know, the rear wheel drive, manual transmission, naturally aspirated, revving the car to 8,000. I feel that the car is very, very engaging. It communicates.
Look, there's not a lot of those electronic controlled units that dampers your driving style, you know? So you get the road feel, the feel of the car itself. So I mean, switch of traction control and it's all in your hands.
You feel everything, yes. So guys, this car, in my opinion, you know guys, this car really puts a smile on my face, eh? I mean guys, it's got a 6-cylinder revving 8,000 RPM. It sounds crazy. It is crazy. So this guys, this is actually one of, in my opinion, one of the cleanest E46 M3s out there.
Thank you.
Especially in white and in manual. So you know what guys, this actually won first prize at the BMW competition in
January 2020. SABMA event at the castle.
Yeah. So I mean guys, that's not out of, it didn't win out of the E46s, but won out of all the M cars. So I'm sure that puts into perspective how good of a condition this car is actually in. Jethro, tell me, what is maintenance like on these cars?
Maintenance? Where do I start? I wouldn't say maintenance is cheap. I wouldn't say it's too expensive either.
Kind of in the middle.
It's kind of in the middle, yeah. But there are like a few main items that we need to look at in terms of your E46 M3.
Oh, so if somebody wants to buy one.
If someone wants to buy an E46 M3, there's 3 things we need to make sure that it's in working order. That is the bearings, the subframe, and the vanos.
Wow, yeah. So the naturally as well, I think it's on the E36. Did the E36 also have a bearing issue?
The E36 M3 did not have the bearing issue.
It was the 46 and the 92.
The 46
the 90.
and the 92.
Yes, so that is quite as we can see on the...
Well, we mustn't forget about the V10s, eh?
Yes. Thanks for reminding me. Yes, I've heard about them. So, yeah, that is kind of an issue with the BMs,
Look,
the M3
I don't
engines.
call it an issue. I call it part of maintenance.
Yeah.
I look at it as a serviceable item, and after a certain amount of kilometers, as you would with any car part, you would change.
You would just kind of say, you need to be more onto it with this car, you know, versus another car, because
versus a B16, you know.
Yes. So with this, I mean, if you're gonna break that, you're gonna spend.
Of course.
You know, you're gonna spend the money. But Jethro actually has done all those.
I have indeed.
Yes, Jethro is that type of guy. He will do everything before the time, long before the time, which is a good
That's
thing.
the way it's supposed to
Yes,
be. We don't
yes,
want
yes.
things to break. It can be a lot more expensive.
Yes, yes. So I mean, the next guy who does buy this car, I mean, yo, that guy has a good car. Eh? Jethro has done everything that needs to be done on this car and has gone even beyond that point.
We did put a lot of effort into
Yes.
doing the subframe, so we rebuilt the subframe at EA Performance.
Okay, okay.
Shout out to Idris and the rest of the team.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you guys, job well done.
And all the car speaks for itself. I mean, the car pulls like crazy. And you did mention the kilowatts, eh?
On the dyno, the car makes 262 kilowatts and 399 newton meters of torque.
That is healthy power. It is an old car,
These are
and making that type of power so many years later.
so many years later, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's still not the most fastest. It's still in the middle, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's still in the middle.
The newer
Yes.
cars of today is making much more power out of
Yes,
smaller motors.
yes,
Then again,
yes.
those vehicles are all turbocharged.
Correct, correct. But you know what? Even though we are in 2021, I think this car came out in 2000, if I'm not mistaken.
2000.
I feel, in my opinion again, I feel like they can compete. You know, they can compete with new cars. Yes, if you're putting it up against a F80, and yes, of course you can't. We're talking now, that's 3-liter turbo, you know, 300 plus kilowatt. But for what it is, I feel that this car, even in 2021, you can have a lot of fun with this car, just like you are having.
All the time. All the time.
This car just builds, eh? It builds so fast.
And the fun part, she revs.
She revs. Most importantly, she revs. That's the fun factor.
No, definitely.
I can actually hear that you had Hondas, eh? They rev.
Yes, yes, yes. I do come from a few Hondas as
Yes,
well.
and you had Hondas and VVLs as well, so yeah,
VVLs as
clearly.
well, yeah. So I think what attracts me most is the revving factor, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yes, yes. Alright guys, so Jethro has been so kind to let me drive his M3. And I think the E46, this car in general, I don't think it will ever go out of, if I was to say, fashion, you know. The pure driving engagement you get from this car is like, I know when I drove that 92, the E92, it was that same feeling, you know, that you get. Same concept, just obviously that's a V8. Like we say, it wants to rev. Steering is nice and tight. Oh, you must have real fun with this car, eh?
Yeah, it's a fancy footwork.
Yo!
So how does she feel?
You know how this car feels in the revs. I'm speechless, man. Really. It's so smooth through the rev range. I mean, it builds all the way from the bottom, and one would think now that naturally aspirated, it's, you know, it's a kind of lacking in the lower RPMs, but it's actually not. It has enough displacement to actually take it up. I can see why you give the guys a hard time when you do go racing with the car. Eh? I can see why you give them a hard time. This car must be really good from the line. Eh? While according to the draggy footage, we can see how it gets away quite well with all that power. Eh?
No, it does get away quite well. I mean, like I say, I have a lot of fun with the car. So.
Yeah, I mean the rev range, it also helps you. You know, it's when it launches. Wow, I saw you launching the car. The way you launch it, you get it away perfect, and just as it's just about spinning out, it gets control. Yes. You know what I mean?
I think that's got to do with the overall setup of the vehicle. I mean, the BCs definitely help a lot.
Yes, so. Definitely. It helps with all of that. Is not lazy, eh?
We have a water bottle flying around here at the back.
Water bottle enjoying the M3, eh? Jethro, tell me if what do these cars go for now? What's the price range that you can?
So
a neat one, to pick up a neat one.
A neat one. Look, they're averaging about. Neat is very. The beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
so,
yes.
A neat one.
In terms of you?
In terms of me, no, you're probably going to pay about 250k up.
Yeah.
So between 200, 300, you can pick up a nice one. You can pick up a decent average one between 150 and 200.
Yeah. If they're under 200, you must probably look at doing all the bearing services.
You'll have to play catch up.
You'll have to play catch up, which can be quite expensive. Yes.
Exactly. So the one thing I forgot to mention is I have recently coupled the nice new subframe with a set of PCs.
Wow.
So
wow. How does the car, does it handle a lot better? What do you feel?
It's chalk and cheese, It's chalk and cheese compared to the stock suspension. So
yeah, when you pulled up the other day, the car did look very mean. Eh? The car sits nicely planted on these 19s. Guys, thanks so much for those who have subscribed. Please share with your friends and your family and like. Jethro, thank you so much for bringing your car out today. I do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you. It's a complete pleasure. Till next time, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.